don't litter, said Cindy Zipf. Z-I-P-F.
You know that's
Zip.
No one has ever used her first name ever.
Cindy Zip. Just say you're friends with the Grinch.
Yeah.
Cindy Zip.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Hey, Townies, welcome to another episode of Dumb People Town. Population you.
Population Courtney and Whitney from Hey Sis, Eat This podcast.
Hey, you guys, we
Oh,
did your
Jason.
awesome podcast, and we'll talk about that in segment 2.
And how people can listen and enjoy
Courtney
it.
and Whitney, you guys are just wonderful. I'm so happy you're here. And, you know, we talk about the expansion of our audience to other people, and I feel like your audience will dig this in so many ways because this show is about, it's just silliness. It's like, you know, you've listened to it. And
Yes.
it's just
Huge
dumb
fan.
people doing dumb things. And we need to make fun of it. That is how we get through this world. You
You guys are from
Well,
Texas. You understand dumb people doing dumb
Whitney's
things.
friend told us this morning, well, you're both dumb and you're both funny, so you're going to do fine on the show. So, you know.
That's our bio.
Welcome
That's
to
all
our
you're
world. First of all, you're not. You're both
Best
very
compliment
smart.
ever.
Thank
not.
you.
Wait, what's on the
I
table?
keep telling myself,
What you got? What is this?
Yeah, it's a little gift we brought you.
Brought y'all
For
some of
somebody
our
named Junior D.
Mama Ashley's brownies.
Oh, my God.
Well,
What
when you
the
were on
hell?
our podcast, you shared your mom's favorite recipe. Well, you didn't give us
We
the
didn't
recipe.
give the recipe because Mom
But you
wouldn't give it. I
shared
feel
the
terrible.
favorite dish, which is her famous Mayfair dip.
Mayfair dip.
I've been
Had it?
secretly at home trying to make different batches, and it is amazing. But this is our mom's.
Oh, my God.
This is her
famous,
brownies,
these
guys?
are her famous brownies.
All right,
I love you
Dan, are
guys.
taking them out.
Dan,
They're-
crack
Try
one out. We're
They
gonna
are
Please.
dense.
Crack them
We're gonna
out.
crack 'em
We're
out.
going to eat them, and we're going to
I
tell
love you guys have your own
Great merch.
packaging, too. All right, well,
Great
so while
merch.
Dan's cracking them out, I'm going to jump into a story, if
Okay.
that's okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
17.
Sent in by our Dan. Save them
but
for us.
it is the densest box. it's so heavy.
it's
Like,
a
you want a
little-
brick?
like
You want a
tiny
brick of blonde Lebanese hash? Let's do it.
On the inside of the box, it says, this box will get you through a breakup.
It will.
It doesn't. but
Only
it-
a little bit of butter.
Can I just?
Oh my
I think you
God.
should say on the inside of the box. It should say "Eat your feelings."
Give it.
Oh my God! Look,
The volume on this.
Right.
come on. That's
Well,
so they're so tall.
Those are her praline brownies too.
Oh
by the way,
my
those
God.
are.
I
You
hope
know,
nobody's allergic to
don't do
nuts.
that
Yeah.
to me. Don't do that to me. I'm praline. I'm pistachio. I'm hazelnut. That's who I am. You know that,
Bro.
All right, you guys ready?
Randy, you can
Serious.
try one when you're not doing a story.
I will. I'm so excited
I
to
won't talk
bring
much
this
this
story
story.
so we handpick our stories
Yeah.
for our guests.
You do. We were wondering about that.
So some of them are just like, hey, this is just a really dumb story.
Yeah.
Others, I'm like, I can't wait to hear what our guests have to say about this.
good.
And I'm so happy we have you guys here because we're going to get into this. Sent in by Carlene McDermott at
She
Carlene.
Carlene.
Thank
Sends
you.
a bunch of stories into us. She's amazing. You
We
ready
love
for
her
this? Here
and
we
her
go.
efforts. Yep.
Here is the headline. Bride's wedding dress and veil caught on fire from floating candles as she walked down the aisle.
Oh boy.
Stupid.
You can't have a floating candle in this scenario.
Who is to
No.
blame, you guys? Floating candles
Right.
down the aisle. Why is there fire near the...
Well-
you know there's going to be a train.
How are they floating?
I think they're just like maybe...
This is my
Yeah.
rule for every
Yeah.
party, wedding, bat mitzvah.
Yep.
If you care more about the photo, you care less
It's about the
moment.
marriage.
I
right.
mean, if there's an omen, I mean, that's a really
That'll tell you that maybe this isn't...
It's all
Yeah.
going up in
Or
flames.
It's all
or it's
going
going to be
up
that
in flames.
passionate, you know?
Oh!
Like,
Oh,
That's another
hey.
way to look at it.
True, but like, how about you get the passion with a battery operated?
Yeah.
I mean,
Or
look, we
light-
can get a lot of things with batteries to get passion going. We
yeah.
all understand
That's
that.
true.
Right? Anyway, all right, you ready for this?
Yes. Okay.
Bride Lupe Jacquez wedding dress and veil went up in flames after a ceremony.
The way you said it, Rand, I thought her last name was Wedding Dress. Lupe Jacques Wedding Dress. Yes, that's her. Her maiden name was Jacques. It's hyphenated.
Yeah.
Okay.
and now her new name
I'm
is.
gonna show you the picture of.
Oh boy.
Is this like Michael Jackson?
Oh,
in
God,
episode
am I
So
gonna
it looks
need my
like it's
glasses?
just a
Oh.
little light.
Oh, my God.
But look at the bottom of her catching on fire as she's looking at him.
She doesn't even know it.
She doesn't know. It's
My
too
love
far
for you is burning. He's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I smell
I
it.
smell it.
Stop, drop, and roll.
At the reception,
Oh my
did
God.
the band play This Dress Is on Fire?
Dress is on fire in a viral video by Lupe. Johnson.
Also, who do you think had the responsibility of being like,
jump it out.
no, They actually say this is good luck.
Right. It's
Like
no,
everything
no,
that
no.
goes wrong on a wedding day
This
is good luck.
Yes,
maid of honor.
Totally.
Yeah,
For
somebody
Maid
is
of
like,
honor,
do you
that's
know,
her
actually,
job.
in the parts of like Asian cultures
No, this
that only
means
reside
they
in
do-
America, this is good luck.
Yeah.
This means you're gonna have a baby like next year.
Next year.
I don't
This
want one
marriage is
next
going to
year.
be on.
The more fire during the ceremony, the bigger the reception.
Thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right. So it can be seen catching on fire at nuptials to Luis Quijano. Floating candles that line the aisle along with paper streamers.
Oh.
You're
inviting it.
I think
Yeah.
someone was out to get them.
You're tempting
whoever's
fire.
the wedding
It's a very
planner.
flammable
Yes.
situation.
This is a
Well, they
wedding
did have
planner
gasoline
snack.
dipped floral bouquets.
And what was the drink that they made for them? Molotov cocktail.
Fireballs.
Fireballs. Uzo. All right. So I looked up and saw two of my friends running toward me, and I turned back to see what was going on. That's when I noticed that my veil and my dress had caught on fire.
That's
Okay.
a rental, by the way. That now they're gonna have to pay the security deposit.
She's so cute too. I love her. Jaquez's or Jaquez's brother-in-law, Albert Rodriguez, who officiated the wedding, also told Good Morning America about the scary ordeal. It was a beautiful moment, but I started to notice there was a little too much chaos going on. That's how in it this guy was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Like,
a little chaos.
Be aware of what's happening. Like, you know, he was nervous. He's like, I can't screw this
Says
up.
to his
Right.
like brother because
Yeah.
it's his brother, right? Who's marrying this one? This is the brother-in-law.
Or is
Yeah,
it
yeah,
her
yeah.
brother?
Brother-in-law, Albert
right,
Rodriguez.
right.
Yeah.
And he's like, look, you don't want this smoke.
Yeah, that's right.
You literally don't
Yeah.
want this smoke. There's so much smoke coming.
I heard a scream. It didn't sound like a cheer. You guys, so like we know from doing comedy, like there are certain moments along in the act when you're like, this should get a laugh.
Right.
If it doesn't get that laugh, something else is
Also,
going on.
I guarantee you, anywhere from 60 seconds to 3 minutes before this happened, someone, and it would be one of us, definitely a comedian,
Yeah.
Like,
was sitting there going,
these
"She's-
candles are a bad idea."
She is way too close to that.
Right, right,
Yeah.
right.
Like
Yeah.
was like
Yeah, you can
watching
see
this
it.
unfold, but you're like, what am I going to
Do
go
we
up there?
say
I don't
something?
even.
I don't want to
Right.
interrupt.
You
Right.
forever hold your peace.
Forever hold your peace.
You're like sitting there at the ceremony being like, I'm already in a fight with my wife, so I am not about to go up
stand
there
up.
and go. And so you're like,
And start
"She's too close."
stomping on her
And there were
veil.
times
Yeah.
where she probably like moved and like faced out. They did like a fucking like pass the rings around, and every time like her thing was like close, and then went away, and she was like, okay, I'm just saying it's so fucking close.
Honey, don't make a thing.
Right.
They're
Someone
meaning to do
watched
this. That's they want this to happen.
unfold like a reverse origami.
God.
Like just watched
So
this
bad.
and knew it was going to happen.
Totally.
Knew.
You
If
saw it in
only
slow
they were
motion.
Jewish, they could put the glass under
And
there.
stamp on it.
You know?
Yeah,
Blow a
guys are
glass
thinking of
thing.
solutions.
Yeah.
All right. So dress can be seen trailing the newlyweds as it makes contact with the candles on the floor, and streamers are flying through the air. Within seconds, the dress lights on fire.
Of course.
Artist Shauna Bailey, who was live painting the wedding, captured the celebration and also posted on TikTok.
Did she draw the fire?
Yes. I'm so relieved that it wasn't.
Wait, no, you
Go back.
moved. You
did.
moved.
Oh,
You
did
moved.
you?
You
Oh my
moved.
God! Hold on. Let me do
The
that.
screen reacts when
I
you touch
think.
it.
Hold on.
This is
Thanks,
crazy.
Dan.
Dan.
It's touchscreen.
So I
Come on.
believe it. Anyway,
It's like our
whatever.
kids
I'll
talking to us about how
I know.
How to
I couldn't
fix our
help it. I
Instagram.
couldn't
What's all
help it.
that? Like it looks like crazy
Streamers.
string.
Yeah,
That's
it's
the
like
streamers.
Crepe,
Silly
streamers,
strings.
silly
Oh,
strings.
that
silly
is just going to
strings.
add.
So they're running
That's
towards
Kindle.
it. Okay, so it didn't sound like
Painting
that.
your
Okay.
wedding is sort of cool. Although I think it would be funny to have a caricature artist for
God.
your
Yeah.
wedding.
Oh, I saw that
heard of
at a yeah
at a bat mitzvah.
no,
there.
at a wedding, and we have
That's fun.
So the four of us, like we have that
At the
picture.
reception?
Yeah, and
But
it
not
looks,
like they
the
were.
way the person at the reception and the way the person
They'll
painted
get like one person in your family exactly right, and then no one else will.
Well, the
look
other
like
thing-
themselves.
So
It would
my
be
wife
cool
was
about-
drunk, and they got her drunk, and I was like looking over my shoulder that my kids weren't doing something weird, and they got me like in the most
Yeah, yeah.
worried look
Side eye?
ever. Like I was worried.
See, a cool. If I got married and had a caricature artist, I would say put my wife and I in every drawing, and then incorporate the two people who are
Yes.
sitting
That's
down.
great.
Because
Right.
it
I
does,
like
you can,
that.
It's
Yeah.
they take so much liberty
So-
anyway. It would
Yeah.
be so fun to have
Us
4 people in
around
every
each other.
photo.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice. So her point of view was from behind the ceremony space where guests through the streamers while the flames began to grow. I was
She's like, I don't have orange. I don't even have color for this.
you guys are ruining the composition of this right here. I was recording for the content to go with the painting time lapse. When this happened, I actually dropped my phone and ran to get a bucket Of gasoline, no, of water. I told you guys, you know the story about when I was working at a gas station and I saw like an oil fire like happening in like under. I saw flames shoot out because I didn't get a funnel and poured oil in this guy's car, and then I went and got water and threw it on there and just spread it around.
Spread it.
Yeah.
Spread it.
Bailey also
Grease
said that
fire in the kitchen. You
Amateur
don't spread
hour.
water.
Yeah.
Nope.
You
put
guys,
a wet
you guys
towel
will
on
love
top.
this. Let's talk about how great the bride is. She smiled throughout the entire thing.
Go, girl.
She
She
wanna
did
ruin
not
that
break
picture.
it, right?
She's already so stressed.
Yeah.
No, but like
Yeah.
if that happens to either of you, like if you smelled something burning in that moment, you're freaking out.
Oh, I'm freaking. I'm
I would
screaming.
be like, give me the cigarette. This is not a good night.
No.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me ask you.
We're out.
The people in this room who have been married,
Yes.
how far back do you go when your dress sets on fire? Do you go like we just go back to where we were when it happened, or you go I'm gonna walk in again?
They walk in again.
Right.
Do you try to save the dress and then like do it over? I guess it depends on how much
you know,
care
most
about.
of these. I used to work in the bridal business,
Oh, okay.
and I used to sell wedding dresses. And I
Okay.
think most of them have these really long trains. I
Right.
think you could just quickly go back, trim
Cut the train off.
Yeah,
cut off the
train.
singe,
Cut around the burnt
and
part.
do a do-over.
That's what I was
do
thinking.
they tend to feel, or maybe you actually know, flammable?
Yes, I mean it depends on you've got they run the gamut. There's a spectrum. So
Right.
if you're buying it at a cheap store, it's like polyester, and
Sure.
you're fucked.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
if you're
Yes.
buying it at Saks Fifth Avenue and it's pure silk, it would be a slower burn. I
slow
think.
burn.
Yeah.
I love that. All right.
the
So
slower burn.
luckily the wedding guests, which included firefighters. That's a
Oh, that's
okay.
classy.
In
That's
the
a
audience.
So this is an argument for always inviting one firefighter to
or
every
having
wedding.
a friend
Funny
who's
thing
a
is,
firefighter.
If you
Right.
say, "Is there a doctor in the room?" They're going to do something.
Right.
If you say, "Is there a firefighter in the room?" They're like, "I don't have water."
Yeah.
Right.
But they
Well,
will know what
Getting
they
a bucket of water is also bold too. But like
Yeah.
at any wedding reception, I don't know where I would ever be
have
like
a bucket of water
a
ready.
Bucket of water.
No, but
I
I
know.
think
Ruin
you
makeup
take off
and
your
hair.
sport coat and you
Stop,
and you,
drop, and
and
roll.
you put it on
Yeah.
top and you stomp it out.
Or if
I
this
mean,
is like at a golf course, you can get water
Everywhere.
Very
Oh, that's
easily.
true.
Yeah.
So included firefighters. They acted quickly when they saw the dress ignite and jumped into action and put out the fire to make sure everyone was okay.
Big
and safe.
tackler.
Yeah, Haquez
Roll.
said it made her feel really loved to have her family and friends look out for her. She
Good.
spun
Had her
it in a
back.
good way.
I love
spun it.
her.
She spun it in a
Great
good
outfit.
way.
she spun
Yeah.
it.
No one was harmed during the incident, but I don't think their marriage is going to last. No, that was just
Oh.
No, I do think, though, you can spin this like this is something that we
Yes.
went through this experience.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I mean,
It
what a
only
great
made us-
story. to
Craziest
tell.
wedding story ever,
The
right?
best.
It only
Now,
made us stronger.
it only made us stronger.
Can you
The fire
imagine
burns
though
within.
the like
I'm still
the
eating.
alts
I want one.
the alts people made for their toasts?
Oh my
Oh
god!
yes.
And we all have to be like it's
Yeah.
it's like church jokes.
Right.
Like they're like, "Hi," it's like, well, I think we've had a lot of hot action already. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Brandon. Some people didn't want me here, but I am, and I do want to talk actually. Like, wasn't supposed to give a toast, but like every like
there's a guy going like,
right.
God.
I'm
Yeah.
Lupe's ex-boyfriend.
up.
Whoa, Brandon!
But like even the dad who like drank a little too much before his
yeah.
toast is like, so kind of thought you'd always take care of my daughter. And she almost died today. They're like, dude,
Yeah.
like
The
everybody would
devil
have
was-
a fire
There's
joke.
there's an old dad who hasn't been around who's like, I've made mistakes. We're like, you don't need to go through the mistake.
So
One time. Don't say one time. Yes, please.
So I was the
course.
best man at my buddy Bradford's wedding, and everything was fine. DJ, it was great. Everybody's dancing, having a great night, and I got drunk. Wait, the wedding's
you
in
did.
Green Bay, so I mean that's like
So you're gonna get drunk.
You
You
had
have
to
to.
blow a .8
No
to
judgment.
get into the
Yeah.
wedding.
Yeah.
A
You have to be
0.08.
DUI
Yeah.
level just
And
to
so-
be a guest.
And we're dancing around, and the DJ is like really wanting to like talk to people, like have them talk
Interact.
into the mic like
Too much.
during songs
Oh,
and
Too
stuff.
much.
Dan, this
And
better
I-
be a bit.
This
I
isn't
could-
a bat mitzvah.
I couldn't help myself, right?
And this has to be a bit.
And I knew, obviously, his side, I knew everybody, but Amanda's side doesn't really know me at all or like what I do. And so the guy's like, the DJ's on the dance floor and he's like, you having a great time? And I took the mic, like I already started before I talked, like aggressively took it. And I go, I got a right to see my kids. And he's like, okay. And I go, it's not okay. They're my kids. I have rights.
She can't just take them away.
And then, he's like, well, all right. And he just goes, and then Amanda tells me that, like, later in the night, she's like saying goodbye to family. They're like, so Daniel,
okay? Is he
he's
all
going
right?
through like a real bad divorce. He's never been married.
What
He
song
seems like
was
a
playing?
caring dad.
Yeah.
Probably
Baby, come
Soldier
back.
Boy.
Yeah.
But
He turned it into a Maury Povich episode.
Exactly.
I just go, I got a right to see
They're my
kids.
kids.
And is there any way you can play WAP?
am the father.
I was hoping it was Beastie Boys.
Yeah.
my
Can
God.
you
You
play
got it right.
Nutshell by Alice in Chains?
No, we can't. We cannot.
Name by Iris. Anyway, all right. So there you go.
I'm gonna ruin my makeup. I'm like,
I
crying
love it.
already.
Girls,
This is
story
funny.
number one. We're
Courtney
already.
Whitney from the great podcast
Hey
Sis, Eat This.
I'm gonna grab a brownie, and
you
when we
are.
come back, we'll tell you what we have going on and tell you how you can follow and support them. This is Dumb People Town. We'll be right back.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
We are back. Welcome back to the show. Courtney, Whitney, I'm so happy you guys are here. Jay and I did your wonderful podcast. We'll get to that in 1 second. We should let people know what we have coming up, which I think this is going to drop around New Year's. So
Make
we've
those
got
resolutions.
Yes,
Make
make
a
a
resolution.
resolution.
To
And
go
one of your
see the Sklars
resolutions should
live.
come see us live. Come see
And
us
me
at
while
the
you're
Comedy Store doing Tag It. These guys have been
On the
to that
9th?
show.
It's all
Yeah,
Tag
it's the
It
best.
On the 9th. It's
So
really
fun.
fun
of
show.
January. Then later that month, we'll be at the La Jolla Comedy Store.
La
You
Jolla
do it.
Comedy
I'm
Store,
eating this,
end
Jeff.
of January. First time ever there. So let's sell all those shows out. It's really going to be special down in San Diego. It's just north of San Diego. We love you guys. Townie's there. Please come. And then we'll be in the spring. We're going to Detroit. We're going to Minneapolis. We're going to back to Denver, and then we'll be at Moon Tower. It's a very busy spring, March and April, and then there might be a surprise date. Are we allowed to mention that or no?
Don't tease it.
I don't know if we're allowed. I don't think we're allowed to, but it's a really special, cool thing that's coming up on one night only on the 2nd of.
You guys are going to be on the reboot of Shipmates?
We are. We're on Shipmates.
Great.
One of these months, we'll as soon as we can reveal, we will. But in the meantime, thank you guys, everyone coming out to our 2-man show and for supporting us there. It was really special.
We're doing that in San Francisco.
Doing that in San Francisco on the 1st as part of Sketchfest.
Of
if you're up in the Bay
February.
Area, 1st of February. So let's talk about Hey Sis, Eat This, because phenomenal podcast. You guys can let them know really where you
We
go.
just
with
talked
this.
about our mom the whole
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
which you
Yeah.
guys
and
are-
our relationship, and it was funny and stories and whatnot.
Yeah, it's a celebration of moms and siblings relationships
And meals.
and
meals,
meals, moms, and memories.
Yeah, you guys
How
really.
the food,
But funny stuff.
well,
you know.
sure, and how the food connects to your relationships and what
Absolutely.
it means to you, and then
You guys have had some
spiraling.
chefs on. You guys
Yeah,
have
we've
had
had
some really.
celebrity chefs.
Yeah.
We've had actors. We've had comedians,
Yeah.
and it's everybody has funny family stories. Everybody has funny stories about their moms, and we don't honor moms enough. So we like to do it in a lighthearted, fun way. And
Every mom has a bottle of ketchup or mustard that's been in there for 5 years.
Amen.
100%.
Amen. We just got rid of so many in our
Yeah.
fridge.
Yeah, right.
We got rid of this.
No, but they also have that one thing that when you go back to the house, that
Yeah.
you make them make, and it might not even be something that someone on the outside would be like, that's so sensational, but you're like, no one can make a turkey sandwich the way my mom can make a turkey
Exactly.
sandwich. Nobody
Yeah.
can make that dip for the vegetables that our mom makes.
That we'll just sit and eat an
and
entire
just eat
head
a
of
whole head of
cauliflower.
cauliflower.
well,
eating
that Mayfair dip is something special.
It is amazing.
Yeah.
I'm so
yeah,
glad
we
that
get
you tried it.
recipes
Oh,
from
yeah.
everybody. Every guest gives us a recipe.
So okay, so you know what's next for you guys? If you haven't done it already, you got to put out a cookbook of all
Well,
your
okay,
recipes.
we know. We'll come back
I
on
know.
and promote the
Promote
cookbook.
that
when that
cookbook.
books
Yeah,
out,
that's in the works.
we're trying to make Dan.
So Dan
write a
told
book.
a great wedding story. Dan's got to write
okay.
a wedding
Yes.
book.
We're gonna make this happen, Dan. We're gonna talk.
These guys are gonna help you
We're gonna
promote it.
force you. We're gonna
I
like get a
love
book
this
deal
idea.
going, so
We
you don't
have
have
the
a choice.
title. We'll do the rest of
Calls
it.
I Will Dance with
I'll
Your
dance
Date.
with your aunt. How to
I'll
be a
dance
great
with your
wedding
aunt.
guest.
How to be the best wedding guest ever.
I love this
That would
idea.
sell
and
to a
being
million
that I was a
people.
bridal consultant, if you need some,
Thank you.
information,
Yes.
some inside tips, we
Yes.
can have a
I'll take
meeting
it.
offline. And can I just
take
say,
it.
your mother Anita is Annette. Sorry,
Annette.
your mother Annette is the most amazing,
She's
cool
amazing.
woman. We got to
Wonderful.
meet her. She's so special.
And then you got to hear the story because these
Yeah.
guys came to our, Daniel came to our 2-man show.
Yeah.
So thank
Yeah.
you
It
all.
was great.
Hey Sis, eat
Eat
this.
Check the
Fantastic.
pod,
Check
follow
the
it, it's
pod out
great.
if you love your mom.
Start with our episode if you want. Dan's
Yeah.
gonna do it at some point.
Yes.
Too. But
Please.
yeah, please. It's a really, really wonderful
And
podcast.
I'm just happy you guys are here, and I'm happy
too.
like this to me is, I think, what we all need to be doing. Like, you need to be exposed to this audience because it's different people
Yep.
who will love your stuff, and vice versa. We exposed to your audience, so it's just wonderful. Daniel, let's jump
Ready?
into the story.
Yes.
Ready.
The headline, we'll send in from Catherine Tuck, at Catherine Lorna. Thank you, Catherine.
Thank you.
Headline is, Bizarre New Jersey Beach Trash.
Are we talking about people?
Yeah, that's what I was
I know.
wondering.
right?
New season of the Jersey Shore just came out.
Season
Yeah.
Jersey
Yeah.
Shore coming out.
Beach
Snooki's
trash.
back.
Snooki's back.
J-Wow.
So we do a thing every year where there's like a medical journal, and they're probably compiling it as we speak.
Oh, this
where-
is weird stuff that wound up on
Yeah,
the beach.
we do a story where there's a list compiled of every orifice starting from north to south, what people get stuck in themselves.
The
Oh, yeah,
emergency
yeah. Oh,
room
yeah.
releases.
Mhm.
This is what happened.
Oh,
And
yes.
some-
Time-honored,
This is great.
horrible
Yeah.
Sometimes
tradition.
it's like man fell on and had a
Shampoo
shampoo bottle.
bottle.
It's like you
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
fall
Yeah.
on
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
You didn't
Right,
fall on
right,
it.
right.
So
My
this
took 'em hours
friend's
to get
dad was a colon rectal surgeon.
okay,
Yeah.
forget it.
And yeah, we
literally
heard
seen it
We
all.
were always
He
asking
has
him what he found.
seen and pulled out
Oh, God.
everything.
A hockey stick.
It's interesting
Probably.
when you talk
A
to
menorah.
somebody,
Light bulbs was one of them.
Light bulbs.
Almost
that's
any
That's a
surgeon-
bad idea.
Yeah, that's a really
almost
bad
any
idea.
surgeon would say this, but like that type of surgeon especially, there's always some sort of admiration for what the human body can endure.
do.
Right.
Yeah.
Like on one hand they'll be like, man, we had one guy, and like they'll tell you like what an idiot, but then they'll go
Right.
but like,
Kind of a
I mean,
hero.
he really proved that you
but he
can,
was brave.
where there's a will, the
Okay.
body has a
The
way.
anus is really elastic.
Right.
I don't need to hear that from you.
Right, right. I'm like,
A
yeah,
whole catcher's mitt up there.
I don't need to prove this. Birthing proves how
Right.
Thank
how
you.
capable we are.
And how we snap back.
And we're back to Hey Sis.
All right.
Okay, I did not snap back from my birth, but that's fine. All right, here we go. Thank you, Catherine. So this is beach trash.
Did,
Okay.
did it say bizarre trap?
Yes.
Bizarre
Okay.
beach
Bizarre
trash.
New Jersey beach
Okay.
trash, which also sounds like my favorite DJ.
I know.
It's a little long, but he's great.
It's amazing. Spins the
Okay.
hits.
Long Branch, New Jersey. Volunteers picked up a record amount of trash from New Jersey's beaches last year, with plastic items dominating the haul. Hate plastic. And bizarre cast-offs, including so many things.
Let's hear it.
Now, I'm going to say these because I do not think they are included in the list. Here's some of the things they say were some bizarre cast-offs.
Okay.
Male enhancement pills. Of
course.
Going to be mad you lost those.
Yeah.
A set of braces. I assume Invisalign or Forrest Gump
Or-
style.
Yeah,
Leg
that's
braces.
I don't know. A glow-in-the-dark condom.
I
Do you
mean,
need to
That's
look at
standard
it?
on a
By
beach.
its own nature,
Yeah.
it should be concealed.
right.
Yeah.
Do we
Right?
need glow in the dark?
No, could
Now,
be
if
kind of
it's
a
like
fun show.
Visually,
in and
how
out,
does
if,
that
you know?
if it's an intense glow, that
Yeah.
would look insane.
Kinda cool.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can light someone up.
If
That's
you
what I'm
were-
saying,
Yeah,
like
or
a
in a
glowworm.
black light
It's go- it's go-
room.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It feels like
Maybe. It's kind of like the porno Rudolph.
I'm about to say 4 words I've never said together. Turkish Airlines hygiene kit.
What?
So that got taken off the plane.
Yeah.
yeah.
What is a
And
Turkish?
brought to the beach.
Or maybe Turkish Airlines hygiene kit means
Istanbul feminine
like an
napkin?
18-hour flight, and they give you a little like
Yeah, that's
personal
what it is.
fresher up.
Yeah.
for the
Yeah,
bathroom.
No, that's
yeah.
what they give you.
It's
You got
for the
the
business
AirPods.
class.
It comes in a little thing.
Yeah.
I think it'd
Toothpaste,
just be a
breath
big
mints.
thing at cologne.
Jacquard Noir.
Yeah.
Well, so you
With
know this.
some Turkish delights in there.
Yes, that's what the condom.
So
that
we
glows
were
in
in
the dark.
so
is
we
called.
were in Turkey when we were in college, and we were on a 12-hour bus ride from Istanbul down to this place called Cappadocia overnight.
Yeah.
On this bus,
Like
They
we
were
would pull up to.
They were, by the way, windows up. They're showing loud Turkish movies, and we're
Sounds
supposed to
horrible.
sleep on the TV.
People are smoking.
Smoking
in
inside,
the in the bus.
windows up in the bus.
This is when you guys went to
Yeah, what
Istanbul for your liposuction.
Yes.
And so there was a steward, flight attendant on the bus
Right.
attendant going up and down the
Which,
aisle.
by the way, there is one on the jitney out to the
Hamptons.
We just took that
Flex.
for the first time. It
Little
was
flex, little Randy flex.
We took
there.
the bus to the
It's like
Hamptons.
$50. Like the bus dropping off in the Hamptons is like your mom dropping off at a party. All right. So we, this person's coming back to wake us up after we had supposedly slept a little bit because we were stopping in a stop. And
He had a bottle of something, and
Our
he's
friend-
like handing it to people. And
our friend woke up in a haze, grabbed the bottle. He
and
thought it
just
was water and
started
took a
drinking
drink of
it. It's cologne.
Full on.
Oh,
His breath smelled amazing
Yes,
for the rest of the trip.
for weeks.
Did he get a buzz?
No, I don't know.
Was
Who
it
knows what
Malort?
was in it. Yeah, right. Exactly.
Jacquard Noir.
Still better than Malort.
Slightly less alcohol than Malort.
That could happen easily, I think, on a Turkish bus.
Right,
You don't know what it is.
Alone,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
we would pull up.
I mean, there's literally a cologne called Cool Water.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet like there's cologne that you could put on and also drink.
Right.
Hopefully.
we would pull up to these like restaurant structures that were dark, totally dark when we pulled up, and the second the bus pulls in, all
Garage
these lights
doors come
on,
up and it's completely
and
on.
it's like a full-on thing.
Wow.
and then we leave and they just
goes
shut
Like
it.
a
dark
disco
again.
ball
Yes.
starts
Yeah.
spinning, and
Just
yeah.
open
Just
up.
for us.
Like
They
a
sauce in the
pop-up.
distance and it
Wow.
goes up.
The Clean Ocean Action Coastal Environmental Group released its annual report Wednesday on the result of the prior year's beach sweeps. Over 10,000 volunteers picked up over thousands and thousands of items on the state's 127-mile coastline in cleanups held in the spring and fall of 2021. So this is a little bit old. And some of it was just head-scratching, if not stomach-turning. Here now are the bizarre things found
Let's get
at
into
the
it.
New Jersey beach.
I love it.
Drones. I'm joking.
No, stop it. Is that
Yeah,
a
I know.
thing?
I
Is
don't
that
know.
a thing?
I just hope everybody's ready for their
God.
aunt's new boyfriend to be like, I told you. You see the news? I told you.
I've been
said it.
saying this for you. Did you
I
read my
told you
blog?
at Thanksgiving, the day we met, aliens. Okay. A lot of drone talk. It's
There were
Christmas.
definitely tank tops.
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing about drones is that someone in your family will drone on about it for
Yeah,
about
for
40
sure,
minutes
for
at
sure.
this next holiday.
Okay, first thing, weird and gross, a hunk of human hair.
No.
You think you just got a haircut down at the beach?
Yeah.
The
just-
ocean isn't your shower drain.
Yeah.
Relax.
A full set of dentures.
Of course.
And the author wrote,
Sean was like,
I
"Where
told
are
Sounds like a dentist did a dump on the beach. Braces. Yeah.
So that's my thing. When you see someone with no teeth out in the world,
Yeah.
why does it always look like they're chewing something? They're always
I
mouth
think it's
is-
an odd sensation if
Yeah,
you're
I
not
do
doing
too.
it all
you
the
don't
time.
realize how much
Yeah,
your
yeah.
teeth stop you from doing that stuff.
For sure. Okay, a thong.
Okay.
Oh,
Sure.
Standard.
Cisco
Yeah.
was at the beach.
Flip
Yeah.
flop
Yeah.
or the one that goes up the other way?
Both.
Okay.
Right.
A used Narcan kit.
Okay.
Right? That's a party.
Sure.
Safety.
Several marijuana bags. Empty,
Yes.
of course.
Yes.
To wit, I go. So bags.
So just
Yeah.
simple
Yeah.
bags.
How do you know they're marijuana bags?
That's what I want to
It's not a
know.
Coke bag.
Yeah.
in there?
Maybe a
it must
little
have
bit
been.
of stem and seed.
And well, it could have been a gummy bag. You know,
Like a labeled thing
yes.
from a dealer.
Sure.
from a
Oh,
store.
a dealer from a
Oh,
well,
see, we're
Store.
thinking
yeah.
old school, you know, like back in the day when
Yeah.
you guys had to
What's a
when you had to
dealer?
buy the bag. Now it's like
no
a
one
little
knows what a
printed
dealer is.
like Maui Wowie on
They're
it.
Yeah,
Vegas.
kids these days don't understand that it used to be a guy who the bag would be very thin. They'd drop it down, it would roll down, and you could
Yes.
see all the.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't get it.
Had
Yeah.
an interesting experience in Miami when we went.
Oh,
and
yes.
we were staying
best day
at the
ever.
Mondrian, and we go sit and we're having our martinis, and we found a bag of weed
Oh, sure.
And a bat.
and a one hitter.
Yeah.
And we were like,
Party in a bag.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Did
It's
you?
a gift from the universe.
So,
Yes.
but you don't know what that's laced
Well,
with.
we say that now.
Find
This
out.
was
I know.
20 years ago. We
Oh,
were
you're
like,
fine.
All right,
you know,
you're
we
fine.
thought we were talking about this the other day.
You're good.
Can you imagine we doing that today?
Two guys
I-
sitting from around a plant going like they took it. They took the
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Hi, I'm John Quinones.
Right.
You're on 2020, whatever.
You are.
Okay. A bullet casing. That's not nice.
Sure.
No.
A fake eyeball.
What?
like a glass eye.
You need to go find your eyeball.
I know.
That's
Yeah.
we're going back. I don't care how far we've
Like a
driven.
medical grade fake eyeball or
I
like a
think so.
Halloween? Okay.
I think a medical grade. There was also a parking ticket, a lottery ticket,
Sure.
a glue stick.
Uh-huh.
This next thing to me, people do go all out at
Yeah.
the beach. A mini refrigerator.
No.
What day are you having
Dan,
you're
you've
like-
seen people
that
at
you're
the
like,
beach.
let's just bring the fridge.
can't
I've got the
plug-
generator.
Where are you?
Right,
oh,
right.
to a Jenny.
Dude,
Jesus.
there are people who show up at the beach with their whole house.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know.
There's like a
sure.
lamp plugged in, and you're like, you don't need a
Yeah.
lamp, a lamp,
Right.
lamp.
Yes.
Daytime.
What are you doing?
You don't need the party lights.
Fan.
a toilet brush.
Sure.
How does this end up at the beach?
I don't know.
Flushed. It flushed.
You got to clean the ocean.
I should have
Yeah.
said that what I just said after the next thing. A TV remote.
Well, when they
Yeah, when they set,
set up their
home.
house, they need
Yeah,
a
when the
TV
sport-
remote.
Where's
Also,
the
they're like-
remote?
It's on.
It's
Yeah.
in the ocean.
Can you turn the ocean up?
This person wrote this. I'm going to read it verbatim. A mason jar filled with, we hope, liquor.
What do you?
First of all, why do you hope it's liquor?
Urine.
It's a
It was
mason
urine.
jar.
I was going to say.
It's a mason jar. It can be whatever it is.
Yeah.
I think it's
Syrup.
urine.
For
You don't have to be
sure.
like, what is it? Mason jar. It better be liquor then.
That better be.
Either moonshine
That better
or
be the
urine.
hooch.
Right?
Yeah.
Who cares?
You better
what it
made
is?
that in a toilet. Now I know I got the toilet brush.
Yeah, and the mini fridge.
You got to mix the hooch.
A plastic monkey. which is
Okay.
fine if we're talking about like kids' toy.
Like a bucket of monkeys?
Weird if we're talking about a life-size
Sex toy.
monkey. I
Oh,
don't
I'm
know.
sorry.
Yes.
Like a
Plus-
blow up?
I have no idea.
My husband.
A set of rosary beads.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
those
that
are-
could go
yeah.
up the monkeys.
Right.
You know
Somebody
what?
was mourning their
Are you
loss.
sure they were rosary
Yeah,
beads?
exactly. Don't.
Anything can be
Different
anything.
kind of
Anything give me anything.
Beads.
That's
on
what
the
they
street.
put
Praise
down.
the Lord.
Uh-oh.
And someone found a message in a bottle.
No,
Cue
that's
Sting.
not true.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Was it really?
Says, quote, "We don't know what it read, although I
Why would
hope
you read
it
it?
said, 'Don't litter,'" said Cindy Zipf. Z-I-P-F.
You know that's
Zip.
No one has ever used her first name ever.
I know it's
Zip.
Zip.
Someone reads zip, and she's like, "No, it's zip."
The F is not silent.
What are you saying?
It's not silent. Zip.
I just want to say zip, and she's like, "It's zip."
Zip. So your last name is a Pixar character. Zip. You're the bully in a series of children's books.
You're like a comet. You're the
Yes.
Zip. Are you gonna invite Zip?
Also,
I don't know.
she
Do you
might
wanna
be
have
a
a good
full name
time?
person. Cindy Zip. Just say you're friends with the Grinch.
Yeah.
Cindy Zip.
You live next door to the Grinch on the mountain.
Exactly.
Right.
They knocked on your door first because they thought it was his.
Cindy Grip Grinch.
Yeah.
Zip
You're
the
the
Who-
mean one.
You're the Who from Whoville.
Cindy
Zip.
Grip Zip.
or whatever.
She's like a
You
third party.
really-
Yeah, even the Who's and the Grinch are like, fuck Cindy Zip. Like nobody likes her.
Yeah.
Cindy Zimp.
Yeah.
Zip.
Yes.
She had,
Her heart got three
she
times
had the
smaller.
idea to stick it to the Who's before.
Yeah.
She's like, I was on that a long time ago.
Yeah, and
These guys needed
Horton's like, what? And she's like, F off, Horton.
Yeah, you
Zip.
can't hear zip. I'm doing an
She's
F.
the Clean Ocean Actions Executive Director. So actually, Cindy, I
course she
appreciate
is.
your
Zip.
work and
Thank
thank you
you
for
for
your
your
service.
service.
All told, the items collected last year were the most ever since the beach sweeps began in 1985. Beach sweeps also sounds like an amazing. When the TLC
Yeah.
channel was the
Beach
TLC
sweeps?
channel,
Yeah.
beach sweeps. Okay.
Beach Sweeps Week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
like
gonna say,
that
isn't that in
tracks.
May
Yeah,
in New York?
that's when they have a celebrity deal
Yeah.
with you.
That's their Shark Week.
Yeah. Beach sweeps. It began in 1985. This was the most items ever collected. How many items?
Ooh.
And I did say thousands and thousands.
Yeah.
How many items do you think they collected in 124 miles of coastline?
127
Oh,
miles.
it's 127.
Courtney, what do you think?
I'm gonna go with 21,000.
Okay.
Okay, Whitney.
Oh, I'm going to go like 650,000.
Okay.
Okay.
Whoa.
Damn.
That's a spread.
That's not.
It's
I
24
don't-
miles.
Yeah, I think
127.
127.
I'm going to say
Oh yeah,
You
maybe.
can change.
I'll say 99,000.
Okay.
Okay.
200,000.
Okay.
380,000.
The total of items collected last year, the most ever, is 513,605.
you were right.
Girl.
Wow, that is sad.
She was
It's
on it.
disappointing to see
I
it
don't-
increase. Zip said.
Zip.
It always loses some of its punch when it's her. We keep hoping the numbers will go down, and the weird stuff just keeps getting weirder. More than 82% of the total haul was plastic items. People, think about this. They don't endorse me, but I
Can we
like that
thank
liquid death
them?
is in a can.
Yes, I
Can
would.
we-
totally.
100%.
Can
Bottle
we thank
caps.
them for picking all this stuff
Yeah.
up? Like
Bottle
Yes.
caps
Zip.
or
Thank
cup
you.
lids reached a record number of. How many do you think were just bottle caps and lids, plastic lids? to
200,000.
cups? We'll do it fast.
Yeah,
150,000.
Okay, great.
yeah, 250.
315,000.
69, nice.
still.
69,454. Yes. What up, Ronnie? And as did food and candy wrappers and bags. Those were 58,500. So people,
How many
plastic is
thousand
killing
gold
us.
chains did they find?
You put those in your pocket.
Yeah,
You didn't find nothing when you
exactly.
see
we
one
didn't find
of
any of
those.
those.
I got nothing.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
nothing. I
I
came
found
up
Why are
with
your pants
So
sagging?
many DJ
Yeah.
headphones.
What do you mean? I had these 19
What? I
St.
love
Christopher
these. You
necklaces
got a
on when I
you
got
got a
here.
problem
Yeah, what
with
you
it?
talking about?
You got a problem? Forget about it. All
There you
right,
go, buddy.
there you go. That's story
Jay's
number
up.
2. Jay, you got a little story number 3. You give us a little tease of what we're going to hear in story number 3?
This is somebody who tries to enlist the cops to help him in something that he should not have enlisted.
Okay, very good. Very good. Whitney and Courtney are with us from their great podcast, Hey Sis, Eat This, that we were on. Listen to our podcast, listen to our version of that or our episode of that, and then just work your way through them. We'll find out what Daniel has going on right after the break. This is coming.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Daniel, before we
Yes.
jump into story number 3, let people know how they can find your dates, your shows.
Go to danielvankirk.com to keep up to date on everything.
Yes, sir.
I'm looking into some dates. I'll be in Wisconsin. I'll be in Colorado. I will probably be in Vegas. A whole bunch of stuff is going to get announced. Pacific Northwest. That's all going to be in the next few weeks from whenever this drops. danielvankirk.com. Follow me at Daniel Van Kirk on Instagram if you don't feel like going to websites. And then listen to my podcast, The Midnight Air. It's an overnight radio podcast for people who are trying to sleep or trying to stay awake.
It's wonderful.
It's just a good general topic
wonderful
sort of thing.
podcast.
If you have an odd job, and by that I just mean when you say you do it, people go, never met anybody who does that. Email me, the midnightmailbag@gmail.com, because I'm going to start doing those types of interviews on that show. It's also just a really good listen. danielvankirk.com.
Also, check out his special Rose Gold and watch
Please
his
do.
movie Wine Club. Amazing.
It's really
Jay,
fun.
All right, so this one feels really familiar. I don't think we've done this story before.
We've done a million stories.
I mean,
so
stuff like this has happened before.
sure.
Sent in by Matthew Friedman at Not Your Average Matt.
He isn't.
Florida man asked deputy to test his quote-unquote bad drugs after burglarizing home over barking dogs.
these are good, right?
officials.
These are good,
I
right?
was hoping we'd get a Florida story.
Yeah.
Here we got one.
Oh, you
Yeah.
got
We got
one. We're going down there. Paisley,
guys.
Florida.
I've never been there.
Paisley.
Wait, so he robs a house?
Gilly, you're going to get
Yeah.
into
Yeah,
it.
Gotta
read
get
the
the
headline
whole
again.
thing.
A Florida man asked deputy to test his bad drugs after burglarizing home over barking dogs, officials said.
Here, try this. Try this.
Okay.
Is it
This is
good?
bad.
You tell me if I got
Hey
screwed on
sis,
this.
Yeah.
hey sis, try this.
All right.
Hey, sis, eat this.
Now
Hey,
eat
sis,
this.
eat
A
these
Florida
drugs.
man found
Eat these
himself
mushrooms.
behind bars after he allegedly broke into a home. Allegedly, I think they know what he did.
Did it?
Broke into a home and later asked a responding deputy to test his illegal drugs.
That's right.
Timothy Gunter.
Gunter.
Well, I'm not going to give you his age. We'll
He
guess
is
that,
his
yeah.
own nickname.
That's right. He's a gunter.
Was booked into the Lake County Jail last week on charges of burglary and meth possession, according to all jail records on August 27th. A Lake County deputy was patrolling in the Paisley area when he was flagged down by the burglary victim, the Lakes County Sheriff's Office.
Wait, so
said.
this guy's just patrolling.
Yeah. So how lucky is
which
this
means
guy?
The
Yeah.
robber is like, oh, thank God, a cop.
Yeah, right.
Officer.
Yeah.
Got these drugs.
This is
The
the
victim.
victim. The victim
Oh,
weighs him
okay.
down.
The victim
Oh.
led the deputy to Gunter and told him that he burglarized his home with his family.
So Gunter
inside.
waited there?
I guess. I mean,
You
he
stay
had-
right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
He burglarized his own home.
No, he burglarized someone else's home.
Okay,
This
that
guy
guy.
brought
Fine.
the deputy to Gunter, who was still
Yeah.
hanging
There.
around.
Hanging
around.
Yeah, it's just, you know.
You stay here.
Yeah, or he
Yeah.
just was like, I'm going to hang out for a while.
Cool.
I
I'll
took
be
your
right
shit,
back.
but I'm going to hang out. When speaking to the deputy, Gunter randomly uttered that he had just received some bad narcotics
Yeah.
and requested the deputy to test them because he thought something was wrong with them.
Yeah.
Can you try
This
this
is
angel
like-
dust and tell me it's...
Do you guys have like this in your house, like a battery tester? You know, like you
Yeah,
grab a
yeah,
thing and you put
yeah.
it on to be like, does
Yeah.
this have
Right.
juice? That's not what. The
I mean, this
deputy-
has to be a jug.
Yeah.
I've never done cocaine, but this has to be a jug people do. Does this coke smell weird to you? Give it a
Right.
sniff.
Yeah, yeah.
Give it a sniff and tell me if
But
it...
this could be his, like, he's playing chess here. This could be his defense. If he knows that the drug charge is less than the breaking and entering and robbing charge, so he's like, officer, I bought some drugs. I know you're going to get me on that.
Yeah.
But I think that they're bad, and they
So-
made me
Me break
do
in.
things I would.
Right.
Like,
That's
he's,
right.
He's sort
Yeah.
of being
He's
like,
laying
he's
his
like, I got
defense.
bad drugs, man. I don't normally act like this.
Right.
I know you're going to get me on the drug thing, but I
Right.
feel like I have a defense, which you don't.
You don't.
Yeah.
But he's trying.
Yeah.
Is it meth
this
or
l-
bath salts?
Yeah, this.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you
Both.
think? Let's just guess.
I think meth. You said meth.
I didn't say meth.
Yeah, you
no,
did. You
you
said
said
meth.
meth.
Oh,
mentioned
But
a
he
little
was,
meth.
or he was high on meth.
Oh, right. He
Possession
could have
of
been
meth.
possession
doing
of
something
meth.
else.
It's meth.
So it could.
Gunter showed the deputy a plastic baggie containing a clear crystal-like substance.
Crystal
Later
meth.
tested positive for
Meth.
methamphetamine, officials said. Gunter also admitted to breaking to the victim's home because, quote, he could hear dogs barking inside. Well, that's a good reason.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, that's the home you want to break into.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
If dogs are barking.
Welcoming.
Right.
It's clearly going to
Look.
be protected by barking dogs.
right.
Let me
It
go
is
in there and do something.
Well
Right.
documented that I am sort of an insane animal person.
Yes.
Of course.
I sort of see that logic.
If it's a
I'm
barking
like,
dog.
if I'm like, those dogs sound like there's something wrong in there, or they're unhappy, I wouldn't do it.
He broke in to get stuff, though, Dan. He
Well, I know
wasn't. He
that's
didn't
the
care
lie.
about.
Oh, he
the
thought
dog.
But I
he's-
kind of like the like. If you
I'm
heard
s-
these dogs,
Are
man,
these dogs okay?
They were crying.
Right.
They're mad.
I'd be like,
It was my civic
like if
duty.
you walk me past a house and I hear dogs crying in
you're
there,
gonna want to find what's going on.
I'm at least checking the handle.
Yeah.
I'm at least checking the
I know,
handle.
Dan. I know. You're
Maybe
that
he
way.
thought that they
I'm with you
sounded
on that.
small dog.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, if they were yippy dog,
Yeah,
like a
yappy
little
dog.
yippy
real
dog.
yappy.
Maybe.
High pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be.
We don't know.
Especially
we don't know
from
the
on
pitch of these barks.
No, the victim provided the deputy with video evidence showing Gunter looking into the victim's window after the deputy said he broke down the door to the screen porch and entered the home.
Yeah.
So
the
here,
dogs.
yeah. Are we questioning whether he broke in the house or not? Because I
No.
got video.
Here's
of it.
Like
video.
it's only a couple
Right.
chihuahuas. This is going to be
Everybody's
easy.
fine.
Yeah.
They haven't eaten.
Right.
One of them got stuck in the garage, and that was his fault.
I'm
So
just-
is he walking down the street just
Here's-
doing his meth?
Yeah.
And then he
Right.
hears dogs barking. He's like,
He's on a meth walk.
yeah, it's just on a meth walk.
In a weird way, I bet you the dogs barking did lure him to
Right.
that.
He said he could
house.
understand what
they
the
were
dogs
saying.
were saying.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh,
Guys,
I'm
right.
saying,
What's that,
Gunter,
boy?
Yeah.
Gunter.
Speaking
we've
dog.
all had friends, they may be in the room,
Timmy
who have been on
Gunter.
drugs where they're like, that tree's telling me something.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
Yeah.
the dogs really are. Even if the dogs are like, leave, go away.
We've
they're telling
all
him something.
been around people
Timmy,
who have
come here,
like,
Timmy.
no, we can really communicate with him.
Dogs talking to him like he's a dog. Come on, Timmy.
Yeah.
Come here, buddy.
Come here, boy.
Come here,
Come on
Gunter.
in.
Come on.
He's like, ah,
The
I'm
back
good.
door's open.
Yeah,
you
door's
just
open.
need to break it.
Push down the
Get
screen
in.
door.
Yeah.
You got
or,
this.
or more like, get in here, buddy.
Yeah.
We're having a
What
dog
are you doing
party.
out there?
And
We're
was he
having a dog
barking
party.
back?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
If he's
I want
barking
him
back,
to.
then that is bad.
I
man.
want him to. All
Try
damn
this
day.
meth, sir. I was barking back at these dogs. But what if it's like the dogs weren't understanding me? I'm using their language.
If you came home,
Try this crystal meth,
if
sir.
you came home
So
and a stranger
frustrating.
was in your backyard playing with your dogs, would you call the cops?
Yes.
I don't know that I would.
1,000,000%.
1,000,000%.
I
Get
think
outta
I
here.
would first be like, "It's happening, buddy,"
Dan.
and then we would quickly be in I might have 911 already on the phone,
911.
but I might be a little bit of an assessment situation.
Oh, I'd be 911 and be like, hang on one second.
because what
Hey,
if
you
he's
good
like,
out there?
what if he's like just going through a hard time, and I was like, "Cool, you got 3 more hours. Wear these dogs out."
Yeah.
Here, I'm going to throw
Take
some
them
more,
on a
no
hike.
more
way.
and-
toys back there.
These aren't official emotional support French bulldogs. Get out of here. All right, go ahead.
Your dogs would attract people to the house. I'm sure you've opened your door and be like, "Well, the dogs are getting pet at the fence again."
I know. People
Yeah.
love
They're
them.
so cute. All right, Gunter is being held in jail on how much bond? Do 2 guesses, Dan, this time.
10,000.
I was going to say 25.
8,000.
8,000. Daniel?
5,000.
He's being held for $18,000.
Okay.
They really don't want him to
25.
come out.
He's got
Yeah.
1,800 bucks.
And how old? We'll get out of here on this.
Is Gunter?
How old is
The
Gunter?
podcast is, or well, you
In
guys
dog
guess. Hold on.
Well, I say he's 22 years old.
27.
37.
31.
37's old for a meth head. I'm just going to say.
Hey.
He has no
37
teeth.
looks like 57. All right. The podcast, before I give the answer,
Hey,
is
sis, eat this. Wonderful.
Great title.
Check it out.
It's like
so
a warm.
good.
It's like a warm hug.
It's really, really
thank you.
so much positivity, interesting stuff, and cool recipes. And
Yeah, if
great
you want to
stories.
go, if you want recipes, go to our website,
That's great.
heysisEatThis.com.
Love it.
Cookbook should come.
Lots of
Cookbook is
laughs.
coming. Cookbook better be coming.
It
With
is.
cool pictures of you guys making all the dishes.
Yes,
That would be
thank
really
you.
cool. Timothy Gunter is 34 years old.
Yeah. 2 for me.
There you
Two
go.
for all.
job.
Dan was there on the other side,
Close.
so you
Yeah.
guys were
Oh.
equidistant.
Wait,
31,
we can
37.
we can share it.
Come
You
on,
guys
give him
wonder
some.
about it.
Can
Whitney,
you imagine
Courtney.
what he looks like?
I mean,
Oh, gorgeous.
34 looks like he's
He looks like a
lover?
wonderful. Yeah, this is a dog
Whatever.
guy.
All right, you guys. What a wonderful podcast. It was so wonderful. Have a happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah, Happy
Hope
New
Yes.
Year.
all your New Year plans and all your New Year's in 2025 is a wonderful year for you. Nice way to kick it off with these ladies. And we'll be back next week. Oh, snap. We got to be back to work.
Thanks, y'all.
Thank you.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.